Hello, quilt artisans. My name is Shonda, and welcome to my channel, Under the Needle Quilting and Crafts. So, I'm here today with an unboxing. I just got my sew sampler. This is a monthly subscription box. It is $29.95? $29.95 or $29.98. I can't remember which one, but I will put the information in the description box below. So, like I said, this is a monthly subscription curated by the folks over at Fat Quarter Shop. And the way this subscription works is that each month you get the following. You will get a block of the month. Once a year, they start a new block of the month. I believe this will be I think this will be the first block of the new sew along. I don't remember. That's the only thing about not pre-opening the box is that you don't know what's in the box. And you know, the last box was a month ago, so that's a long time for me. So I don't really remember so much. So it's either going to be the first or the second this month. I want to say it's the first. My gut is telling me it's the first. And so we'll get to see what the new sew along is. I'm not doing it, which is why I don't really remember it. We also get a pattern, and that is unique to the sew sampler, so it is exclusive. And we get the print fabric that we need to make that project. So you will have to source your own background, binding, borders, and backing. And then they also throw in some cool stuff, you know, some nifty little notions. Sometimes they're related to the project. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're exclusive and we get to see them first. It's a good time. So April 2025 says Just Desserts, celebrating 9 years. That's awesome. So on the back here, we have Jolly Bar Day. Save the date for May 10th. Join us for a special live stream on Saturday the 10th as they celebrate their very first Jolly Bar Day. So a Jolly Bar is basically you take a layer cake, you cut it in half. So you get 42 5 by 10 inch rectangles. This is unique to Fat Quarter Shop. They created this pre-cut. So I guess they're going to give us some savings and some ideas on how to use the Jolly Bar. They're telling us about the 2025 charity quilt along, which is Stardust this year. And they are giving us a QR code to take us to a pattern, a tote bag pattern. And there's usually a coupon, but this month's coupon is hidden inside the box on a special scratch-off card, which means I can actually show you guys this. I normally don't get to show you what the back looks like because it normally has the coupon code on there. So that's what we've got. And here we have our thing here that tells us everything that we're getting. And I was correct. This is the first month. The new quilt along is called Flowering. And this is what block 1 looks like. And we got a Jolly Bar. I'm happy. Oh, yeah. I like everything in here. Okay, so we have a fabric label sticker pack. There's a lot of stickers in here too. It doesn't tell you how many are in here, but there's 6 stickers per sheet, and there's several sheets. At least looks like 10, so maybe 60 stickers in here, maybe something like that. I love this because you can also, technically you could use this for your quilts. It doesn't have to be, I guess technically it's made to put it on your fabric, but most of my fabric still has the tag on it. But this would be nice to put on your quilts themselves. Like if you got a quilt in progress, well, maybe not on the quilt, but I could see using this. I tend to keep all of my projects, my works in progress, in something like this. So I could see taking this sticker and putting it on here and keeping it with the project. Because sometimes it might take me 30 days to do a quilt, or it might take me 2 years to do a quilt. And by then I've forgotten a lot. So with this, I'd be able to say, this is the size quilt that I'm making. This is the name of the pattern that I'm making or what I'm doing, the designer and the fabric collection. So do like these. I don't know that I'm going to use them how they're designed to be used, but I definitely could see myself using these. Like those. Up, we've got some Schmetz Microtex sharp needles. I love these. I pretty much use these exclusively. The only time I don't use these is if because I just have other needles that I have acquired and I don't want them to go to waste. So I do use other needles, but generally these, if I am going to buy a pack of needles, these are the ones that I purchase, and these are pretty much the ones that I use. So you're always going to need sewing needles. Love these. Oh, this is adorable. So we have the So Charming Dresden Enamel Charm by Sherry and Chelsea. This is adorable. I personally, when I get things like this, I either put them on, I don't put them on my keychain because they end up lost and I lose them. So I'm either going to put this on a bag as a bag pull, but more than likely, this will end up being some type of stitch marker for crochet, because I also do crochet. I would probably use this as a stitch marker, especially if I'm working on something, a larger project with bulkier yarn. I would definitely see myself using this. So this will probably be a stitch marker for me. It's adorable. We have a full spool of the Superior Pima 100% Pima cotton thread, 50 weight, 1,200 yards, 1,097 meters. The color is 8002. Normally we get a small Aurifil or no thread at all. So I'm loving getting a full spool of cotton. So definitely, that's definitely going to be used. And we have in here also our pattern. This is the Dahlia quilt pattern. So this is our quilt pattern. This makes, we have enough print fabric to make either a 52.5 by 52.5 inch quilt or a 52.5 by 68.5 inch quilt. So we would have to source our background and binding depending on the size of quilt that we would want to make. But that's what it looks like there. I like this block. We've got some flying geese that we're making. And some stitch and flip corners. So easy construction. I will say that the patterns that they include in this subscription box are generally beginner friendly. Even if they look a little complex, they're generally not. And I always appreciate that. And here's our full block pattern for the quilt along. This is block 1. This is the You Grow Girl block. And we have our fabric. So this is a dessert roll, a 12-piece dessert roll. So it looks like these are 5 inches by width of fabric strips. I don't know if this is a new pre-cut or not, but I like it. I'm here for it because I don't know about y'all. I just did a live Zoom with Katie, the Greenland quilter, and Janice, the Right Way. And one of the things that we talked about was jelly rolls. And I feel like jelly rolls are the most overrated pre-cut. I bought jelly rolls before and I bought several of them before I ever used one. And I'm not the biggest fan. I prefer the layer cakes and the fat eighths and the fat quarters. because they're just easier to deal with, easier to iron, and you have less opportunity for distortion without having to use, 50 pounds of starch. So I like this as a concept. This is basically a double jelly roll, right? It's a double jelly roll strip. I'm assuming they're with the fabric. I don't know that for sure. Let's see if it gives us a hint in the pattern. I don't know how to tell. I don't know if it's a half width of fabric or a full width of fabric. That I cannot tell. But I'm assuming it's the full width of the fabric because there's only 12 pieces in here, and this is a pretty meaty roll of fabric. So I'm thinking they're probably 5 inches by width of fabric. That is what I'm guessing. Is there any further information? I'm not familiar with this pre-cut. That's why I'm not familiar with the dessert roll. Let's see if there's any information in our little insert here. Yeah, 5 inches by width of fabric strips. And we get 12 of them. And the line is Raspberry Summer by Sherry and Chelsea. I do actually like this line. I love this color. I love this whole print. It is so pretty. It is so good. It screams like summer and sweets and sweet fruits and melons and I love it. I'm a fan. Ripe blueberries, ripe strawberries. It is called Raspberry Summer after all. So I'm definitely a fan. I like the dessert roll. I like it as a concept. So let's just recap what we have. I'm super happy with this box. This box is 1,000% worth the money every month. This alone is $26.98, which is almost the price of the entire box. This was a throw-in for $5. So right here, you have the full price of your box right here. And then the rest of it is just a bonus. So your block of the month, bonus. Your quilt pattern, bonus. Your enamel charm, bonus. Full spool of thread, bonus. This is $12. This is $13.48. They value this at $5, and they value this at $9.98. Sorry, yeah. So all of this is bonus. This is the price of your box, right here, and the rest of it is all bonus. Terrific value. Oh, can't forget about this. Also, bonus. This, the price of this was $7.98. This is an exclusive. This is a self-sampler exclusive. We get it first. I do like that we get to try things first. I like the fact that I would never buy this, but I get a chance to get it in my self-sampler box at really no cost, right? Because generally the fabric is the price of the box, just with this. So all the little notions and knickknacks that we get, it's all bonus. So great value. I'm happy. Let's see what I got, what my coupon is. I'm curious. I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. I don't have a coin, so it's 20% off 4 yards or more of any one fabric. That is the coupon that I got. I won't be using this because I'm trying not to buy fabric. So I'm only trying to accumulate fabric that I get in my subscription boxes. And if I happen to see something that I really, 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 really love, then maybe something like that. But in general, try not to buy a lot of fabric. My light just went out. Sorry. So yeah, that's our box this month. I'm happy with it. This is a lot of fabric. 5 inches by width of fabric, so that's 5 times 7. So that's what, a yard and a half, about something like that. Yard and a half, yard and 3/4. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. But I'm generally happy with this whole sampler box, and this month, as I said, is no exception. So that is it for me, you guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.